Welcome friends to this afternoon session of our one-day program here. I was talking to you in the morning about a very basic requirement in effective good meditation, and that is to change the location of where you pray, where you meditate, where you have your spiritual activity from outside to inside. People make a small place in their house. This is my temple. This is where I do my prayers. Those prayers are confined to the idea of the attention going to the temple. People buy a special chair. This is my meditation chair. And when they meditate on that chair, the attention is, what a nice meditation chair I have. It never goes in, it goes in the chair. Even for a long period, you can sit. People buy a little rug, a mat. This is a prayer mat, and I am using the prayer mat to sit on it, and therefore I get very good feeling. Yes, the feeling is of a good mat. It's not the feeling of your own self. Therefore, if you want your meditation to be successful for gaining more information of who you are, why you are here, how was your problem with your destiny made like this? Where is your true home? Where will you be thoroughly, fully satisfied? If you want to get answer to these questions, you have to sit not on a chair, not on a mat, not in a private room, but right here in the top of the head. For doing that, you have to imagine this is your house. The body is your house. And this body has many floors. It has 6 floors, obviously by the energy centers. The chakras make it 6 floors. When you are awake, you are already at the 6th center, 6th floor. So, if you can consider this body to be your house, imagine it to be a body and a house, same thing. And you are living in this house, and you are living in the 6th floor. You don't care what tenants or who's living downstairs. Your house is 6th floor. You are up in the 6th floor. It's a nice floor made of hard iron, steel, bricks, whatever you like, but hard floor, not just an empty space. It's a floor at the eye level, and you live on it. You have a chair, prayer chair on it. You have a mat on it. And that is where every time you want to do meditation, you go into that room in your head. If you can start like that, meditation will be successful. Otherwise, you will make it a ritual. Every day I do it. One day I will get the result. Next life I will be in heaven. What am I getting to heaven now? How can you be sure you will go to heaven next life if you can't go today? You have all the ability to go today. One man went to my Guruji and he said, Master, please in my next life, make me a man. Master said, are you a donkey now? Whatever you will do next life as a man, you already are a man. Do it now. Don't have to wait. Don't postpone. This mind's tendency to postpone things, to procrastinate, is a hurdle to meditation. You should beat the mind on that. The mind says, oh, I am too tired today. That's the time to meditate. The mind says, I have to get up early morning for work, so I could do it tomorrow. Beat it, do it now. You have to counter the mind to get over this habit of the mind to postpone things. It's a deliberate effort. By doing this, by mind saying one thing, you doing opposite, you'll get control over your mind. Then the mind won't bother you. It only mind adopts habits based on what you allow it to do. If you don't allow the mind to go into laziness, procrastination, making excuses why not to do something, and beating it to it when it says no, you say yes. Do tomorrow, no today. If you do that, the mind comes under your control. Then meditation becomes easier, because then the mind can't run as much as it runs otherwise. So the basic thing that you have to sit behind the eyes before starting any meditation. It's not that, okay, I meditate and one day I will go there. No, you start from there. Why do you want to start from anywhere else when in the wakeful state, as a human being, you are already there? When you are awake, you are there. Don't have to go out anywhere to come back. Don't have to go down to come up. People go into the hearts and feelings and so on to come there. Why? You are already there, awake, intelligent, capable of knowing where you are. So start from there. If you are able to hold your attention behind the eyes, even for a small reasonable time, you will be able to open your 10th door inside and see there's another world there. If the disturbance comes, then you control the mind disturbance. I want you to join me in little meditation now, based on this principle, that you have to be behind the eyes and not start from anywhere else. Therefore, step number 1, that you close your eyes and imagine that this is a house and you are on the 6th floor sitting in the center of this room. Close your eyes and let's start. Only stay in the center of the head and no other thought except what is there. Look around there. Is it dark? Can you see a little light? Can you see a color? What is happening inside? But don't follow anything. Don't chase the light. Don't chase anything. Stay in the center. If you feel you are too much forward, pull yourself back with your feet. Feet on the hard floor that you have made behind the eyes. Keep yourself in the center. Open your eyes, come back. You can rub your face, rub your hands and feet. Over a long period of time when you do this, you will feel that it is easy to rub your face and your arms to quickly get back in the physical level. Especially when you start traveling into other regions, it becomes easy to come back. How many of you could locate yourself in the center of the head? Please raise your hands. How many of you had difficulty? How many of you had thoughts coming which made you go out of the head again and again? Almost everybody. Now we have to find a solution to this problem. And step by step we are going to find a solution to all these problems. To make sure we understand, this does look like our meditation chamber. We are now going to decorate it. We are going to paint the walls, put a new carpet, remove the furniture, put new furniture, all in this area, so that your attention gets more focused in that area, and the thoughts is of doing things inside and not outside. Let's try. Okay, close your eyes again, go back to this room and see how best you can decorate it. Do you want to paint? You want to put drapes or curtains around on the walls? Do you have any windows? How do you want to cover the windows? Just look around inside and put all your attention inside. Change the carpet, improve the floor, do some work there. Everything you want to do inside this meditation room of yours. Open your eyes. Welcome back. How many of you found this better to feel that you are inside? That's good, very good. How many of you still had thoughts pulling you out? Okay, let's find a solution to that. How many of you have a mantra or a simran that you repeat or a jap? How many of you have a chant that you can use? In this next exercise, please use it. How many of you don't have it? Don't have any mantra, any words to repeat? You make up your own right now. Short phrase expressing your love for God or any Isht that you have, and just keep on repeating slowly the same phrase. Others will use the existing simran or meditation words that they have. Okay, close your eyes, go back to that room, sit in the center, and slowly, deliberately keep on repeating the words, and start listening to them with great attention. Listen to every syllable of the word carefully. How does it sound? Is it in your voice? Is it somebody else's voice? Is there one person speaking or more than one speaking? If there is more than one person, make all of them speak at the same time and repeat these words slowly, deliberately, listening to them. But stay in the center. Don't allow the mind to think of anything else except the words, and repeat them. Open your eyes. Welcome back. How many of you found it was easier when you repeat words to hold to the center? Very good, that's better. How many of you were seeing some colors or some images, some faces coming in front of you when you were trying to do this? Very good. We have to find a solution to that too. Now, if you have a guru, a master, when we do it now, when you are repeating the words, look at the face of the master at the same time, so that even the vision is not distracted by anything else. If it is distracted, it is by the face of your own master, own guru. So that will prevent the distraction of the mind by visual things happening inside. You are trapping the mind to stay in the center, not go out by thoughts, controlling thoughts, the words of thought by Simran, by repetition, controlling any images by the image of your own guru, and staying in the center, and thereby trying to see if anything else happens. If you find lights come up or any bright things happening, look at them from a distance. Don't move towards it, because when you will move towards it, you will lose the center. It will stop. It's not coming because you are moving, it's coming because you are still. The more still you are in the center of your head, the more your experiences will start. So let us try now. If you can use the dhyan, this is called contemplation, dhyan of your guru, while doing your simran, while doing your repetition, if you can see the face. Why do I say see the face along with your simran is because the mind can make many faces up by imaginary way. If you are doing your simran and that has been given to you by a perfect master, no imaginary figure can come up. You cannot make up the eyes and forehead of a master if you are repeating these words. It's a good protection. It's a protection against imaginary faces. And you want to do dhyan of your guru, real guru. Therefore, you should repeat the words along with the visualization of your master's face in front of you, and stay right in the center when you are doing this. Nothing should tempt you to move forward. If any other faces come, let them come and go. Some faces may be very odd, you may never have seen them, but you have seen them. Some come from past lives, and during meditation, many experiences will be pulled back from past lives. So nothing to worry, it's just a normal feature. So let them go. Some will look grotesque, some will look funny, but that is normal. If they come, they will move from one side to the other automatically. And you stay in the center trying to see the face of your master and saying the words. Let's try. Close your eyes and do it dhyan and simran at the same time. Open your eyes and welcome back. How many of you could do this? See your guru, your isht, your beloved's face while you are doing the meditation, simran also. How many of you had difficulty doing both things together? It requires practice. This requires a little more practice, not only to be able to see and repeat at the same time, but to see, repeat, and be able to ask questions while you are repeating. But two different voices in the mind. One is repeating in a bass voice. On top of that, you can still talk to your master. It will need some practice. If you have done it, you know that you first start talking to your master, whose image you see, and then to check that he is really the master there, you start repeating. And while repeating the words, you can start talking, having conversation with the master. It becomes easy if you do the Simran, the repetition on a regular basis while walking, working, cooking, when you're doing other things and you keep on repeating these words, you habituate the mind to repeat the words. When you habituate the mind, you will sit in meditation, automatically the mind starts repeating these words. You go to sleep, it automatically starts repeating the words. By putting it into habit, mind likes habits. If the mind makes a habit of repeating these words, it becomes very easy for the repetition to go on. You're still on top of it talking to your master. And if the master's face, eyes and forehead remain steady, he is there. You can ask questions, you can have a conversation, you can just enjoy his company. You can fly with him. How many of you would like to fly? Let's try flight in the astral sky. Okay. Now when you were in the room, how many of you felt that the room was very large, expanded, big space? How many of you felt it had walls and windows? Very good. Now this time I am going to suggest that you look for a window. Every hall that we create in the head and sit there has a light coming from somewhere. Where the light comes from, it could be this from the side, it could be in front, it could be in the back. You can turn around, not with this head, turn around with the head inside and say, there it is. I will make you, urge you to look at the window, and you will find that your being, what you are sitting in the room upstairs, that being has no weight. You will notice that if you move, there is no weight in that. And without the weight, that form of yours, which is similar to this form, it's an imaginary form, but similar to this form, can go out of the window and fly without falling. Let's try. Close your eyes. Let's fly in the astral sky. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Welcome back. How many of you could fly? Yeah, I'm very happy. There's quite a number. Others will get a chance with a little more practice, because this is a natural sky. It is not this sky. It's the inner sky. You just got a glimpse of that inner sky, and it will be natural for you to go whenever you like and fly in that sky. In the future, just a little more practice is needed. Now what we are doing here is simply understanding that there is something more inside us that we were imagining. It's not pure darkness when we close our eyes. There are a lot of things going on there. But this is not good meditation. What we have been doing is poor quality of meditation. Something really important is missing, without which meditation cannot be called good meditation. What is missing is that we have not put any love and devotion into it. We are doing it mechanically. We are doing it just like a machine, like a body is a machine, and we are doing all these things. They do not take us too far. If you want to make real spiritual progress, then we have to introduce the element of love and devotion, which means that you should be able to experience the love of your Guru for you and your devotion to the Guru. That's why we use two words. Prem, Bhakti are two words. Love and devotion are two words. Why do we use two words and not one? Because we are incapable of understanding love. We have been calling our attachments as love. And in attachment, we are always conscious of two people. I am loving you means I know myself better than I know you, and that's why we say I love you. In real love, I is forgotten. A master's love is such that he places us ahead of himself in his own consciousness. That is so powerful, that affects us. Something happens to us. Even in the presence of a master, we feel something because of that. So we are devoted. Our expression, whatever we say, even if we say thank you, it's an act of devotion. If we follow, we can touch his feet. He can give us a hug. He can express in words. He can express by a smile, and we feel so wonderful about it. This is a connection of love and devotion between a master and disciple. If that is not there, meditation is a very hollow thing then, otherwise. So we have to introduce the element of love and devotion to make it good meditation. Let's do it now. Now let's go back there, and this time we not only do what we've just been doing, which means repeating our Simran, visualizing the Master, but expressing, talking to the Master, telling him how you feel, thanking him for what he gave, and complaining to him what he did not. And complaining if he has, why didn't you do this? Only when you love somebody you can say those things. This is a good opportunity for you to complain. Shout. He's the best friend. There's no better friend. The Master is the best friend. You can say anything you like and he will like it. You will see it. You can try it out. Therefore, this is a good opportunity to show how you want the Master to be close to you. How you want to. Master, my meditation has not been successful. Please do something. Good time to say that. Master, why did I go through this heavy karma? Can you give me little intervention? Help me. This is the time to say that. This is the time to express yourself to a friend who is closer to you than anybody in the world. So take this opportunity. So close your eyes. Go back to the same place. That is the meeting place between you and your Master. And express yourself as fully as you can. Any questions you have, ask him there. Any problem you have, express it there. And any feeling of love you have, express that also. You are free at this time. So use this opportunity. And take your time. Open your eyes. Welcome back. How many of you like this session? That's a good one, right? We are moving on to real meditation. That's how it should be. That's how we feel so close to our own Master. How we get the benefit of real closeness, initiation. We say we've got Naam Daan, we've got initiation from a Master. If we don't have a daily contact like this, we are putting Naam Daan in a pocket and keeping it away. We are not making use of our initiation if we are not having contact with the Master internally every day. And this should be a regular practice. Then you will find automatically the experiences you will have will build up your faith and grow every day. Every day you have more faith, more experience, more certainty, more knowledge. That's the purpose of the path of this Master. Sant Mat means that it is not a ritual. It requires a daily practice of this kind. So therefore, what we have just done, it was very short segments, few minutes each. Why I had to count 5 so quickly every time was because time was limited. When I have a meditation workshop for 3 days or 7 days, we do it from the proper time. So we do it for reasonably good time for each step to be experienced fully before we move to the next step. Today, take it like a sample. This was just a sampling of the steps we have to take. Of course, the next step, which comes in due course, if you are able to center yourself, you will be able to hear the sound current inside. And once the sound starts coming, you can hitch on to the sound by putting attention on the sound. Sound will start pulling you faster than Simran. Simran is good till you can reach the sound. When the sound comes, you can leave the Simran and sound will pull. If the sound becomes weak, you can go back to Simran. It's a regular practice, and after some time, when you are able to close your eyes or not close your eyes and the sound is there, meditation will merely mean that drawing your attention to what you are doing to put the attention on what's happening in the sound. neither have to close your eyes, nor close your ears. You just have to put your attention there. You are meditating. And it will be natural and automatic any time. You can meditate without any formality of taking this position or that position. While walking, you can meditate. And you can actually be connected to the sound while doing external work. It's a very beautiful experience, and with practice, you will definitely get it. So I was sharing these things as tips from experience, how you can improve the meditation that many of you are already doing, but don't miss the main elements. One, you must start after first locating yourself behind the eyes. Just sitting where you are and closing eyes does not make a good start. Good start is to imagine you are behind the eyes in your head, then start. Second, introduce love and devotion every time you meditate. Talk to the master and ask him help to such an extent. You can even ask him to meditate for you. Say, Master, I understand you can do everything. Why don't you do little Simran for me also? And your experience will show, Master will start doing Simran. You can sit and listen to the Master repeating your words. That's easy. That's wonderful. You hear your Master's voice doing Simran for you, and you're listening. Master says, come, let's go, let's fly. You fly with the Master. He's next to you, up in the sky. You have a permanent companionship, a friendship that will never go away. Such is the value of having a perfect living Master who can initiate you and become your friend forever. A little child gave me 3 questions yesterday. She is so small. Her questions included the question that what is initiation? For a child to ask this question is very impressive for me. And my answer was very simple. It is that when the Master accepts you and becomes your friend, when he becomes your friend forever, that's initiation. Initiation is not the method of teaching how to repeat words. Initiation is not telling you what words to repeat. Initiation consists of the Master becoming your permanent, everlasting friend, who you can access inside, to whom you can complain, talk, anything, where there is nothing secret, where whatever problems are there which you can't share with anybody, you can share with the Master. It's a very different experience of true friendship. And we have had some great followers of Masters. I had the good fortune of having darshan and their company for many years. One of them was a veterinary doctor. His name was Dr. Ishwar Singh. He was a simple doctor, but he was working for a big man. He was working for the Maharaja of Kapurthala, a state not too far from Beas, where my Master was living, Baba Sawan Singh, great Master. So Dr. Ishwar Singh had heard that there was a Master somewhere on the bank of the river Beas, but never took interest till he found out that 2 of his Muslim neighbors in Kapurthala were followers of that Master. So he asked them, I want to meet a perfect Master, and I have studied all the literature, I have been reading all the books, can I see him? They said, of course, we are his disciples. You just go and meet him. He has a little hut, little place where he lives, right 3 miles down from the main GT road on the river Beas. On the bank, you will find him. So after finishing his day's work, Ishwar Singh took his bicycle and he drove along the bank of the river. And he drove 3 miles. No dera, no Master. He drove 3 miles more. He said, baby, you know, in India, you have noticed that the distance is a very subjective thing. You go, somebody says, oh, it's 1 mile. You go 1 mile, how far? A mile. That mile doesn't seem to finish. It's always a mile. And then you say, you told us a mile and it's more, but we told you just a mile. So he thought maybe 3 miles means 3 miles more. So he went 3 miles more, it got dark, and it got so dark, he kept on going. Then he found there was a ferry boat that used to cross the river. So he told the ferryman, I have come almost 9 miles from the road and I don't see that dera. He said, oh, you are on the wrong side of the river. Dera is on the other side. You come on the wrong bank of the river. You come on the right side of the river, the dera is on the left side. He said, can you take me in your ferry to the other side? He said, this ferry takes you only to a small village and there is no road, no pathway connecting that place with the dera. You have to go back and come from the other side. He says, no, why should I when I am almost halfway already? He says, dark, there are wild animals on the other side. It's not a good time to go. There's no proper road. You are carrying a bicycle. How will you go in a bicycle without a pathway? He said, no, I will carry bicycle on my head. Anyway, he persuaded the ferryman to take him across. And then it was very dark. He was carrying bicycle on his head. Thorns were there, hurting him. He would go further away, then come near the river, not to lose sight of the dera. And he was lost and came back. Early morning when the sun was about to rise, he reached the dera. He found those 2 huts where great master Baba Sawan Singh used to come on weekends. Because he was still working as an engineer somewhere else, but he would come for weekend under instructions of his guru to do this work. When he reached there, he knocked on the door and an elderly lady came out. And she began to use such abusive language, got so angry with him. You people have no sense to come and disturb the master at this time. And she showed so much anger and used dirty words for the man. And he said, this is the same Bibi I heard of from my neighbors, that this Bibi, her name is Bibi Rukko. I have heard the name Rukko, and there's nobody else except this Bibi. And she was Swamiji's disciple. She was Baba Jamal Singh's helper, Sevadar. She is now helping this master. If with 3 masters she has not lost her anger, what am I going to get here? This is all wrong, there is no master. And very disappointed, he went back. And he told his neighbors that morning, that was all a very foolish trip. I went on the wrong side of the bank. I met the wrong person, that Bibi, and they laughed at him. He said, why are you laughing? I had such a hard time all night. They said, we are laughing because the master played a trick on you. He said, master played trick? I thought he's a spiritual person. Well, the true masters are spiritual and also mischievous. They can play tricks also because they act so human, because they have to be your friends. If they sit on a high platform, you can worship them, you can listen to them, you can't be their friends. They come down to your level and they play games with you. They played games with many people. So, what trick did he play on me? The trick was, you went to see the master. You came away without seeing him. You saw a lady and came back. The lady acted under instructions of the master. Next time you go, you will find her very loving. She will not be angry at all. Therefore, she was testing you. In fact, master was testing you. Have you come to see me or have you come to see the lady? You came away after seeing the lady. Therefore, you missed the point, what the master was making. He says, all right, next time I'm going to go next weekend and in daytime, and I know where the dera is now. So next weekend, he took leave from the palace and he went there to see the master. Master was sitting outside that hut on a chair, and he goes there and he says, Master, my name is Ishwar Singh. I am a veterinary doctor in the palace in Kapurthala, and I have come to get initiated from you. I want Naam because my neighbors have taken Naam from you, 2 Muslim guys, and they told me that they got big success. So I have come for Naam. I have made a lot of study and I am willing to take Naam from you. Great Master says, well, Ishwar Singh, have you broken your arm? He said, what, that is a requirement for Naam? No, it is not a requirement for Naam, Master says. It just happens in your destiny. It is so written that Naam will be given to you after you've broken your arm. But why would I break my arm? He says, you ride on horses. You can fall from a horse and break your arm. It happens. He said, but I will not ride a horse. He said, but you've always been riding horses. No, I know from today I won't ride a horse. I won't break my arm. He said, anyway, when you break your arm and you get healed and get cured of it, come back, I will initiate you. Promise. He said, okay. He went back. As soon as he reached his house, his wife Maya, her name was Maya, she said, where have you been? The Maharaja has been calling you all day. Must be something serious. 5 messages have come. Send Ishwar Singh to the palace. Send Ishwar Singh to the palace. Where have you been? He says, I went to see a Maharaji on a dera. He said, better go to the palace. So he ran to the palace and Maharaja was sitting in his throne and he said, where have you been, doctor? I have been waiting for you since morning. He said, sir, what can I do for you? He said, today morning I received 2 new horses from Arabia. They are my best horses and I am waiting. I told the whole palace, Ishwar Singh will ride one horse, I will ride the other at the same time. The inauguration of the horses will take place when my veterinary doctor comes. Ishwar Singh said, Maharaja, please forgive me, I will not ride the horse. Why you have been riding horses every day? What is so new about it? He says, no, I don't want to break my arm. He says, what, who put this silly idea into your head? You have been riding horses every day. He says, Maharaji told me. He says, I am the Maharaj, there is no other Maharaji. And I am telling you, no, I know. I had such a strong feeling when he told me that he must know something. He was so positive that I will break my arm. I don't want to sit on a horse. He said, look, I have waited all day for you. The whole palace is waiting. At least to save my face, just sit on the horse. I will sit on one horse, you sit on the horse, I will ride away, you get off. Is that okay? Okay, I can do that. So the Maharaja got onto his horse and Ishwar Singh put his stirrup, he just got on the saddle, horse shot off. He was a new horse, didn't know, he stepped on a stone, fell. Ishwar Singh fell under him, had a multiple fracture of his right arm. He said, I knew this will happen. That man's words were very powerful. I knew it from the beginning. But I didn't think that just a standing horse will do this to me. Anyway, multiple fractures. He got all the plasters, all those things done. And then after 6 weeks, it was a very bad fracture. After 6 weeks, he finds that his shoulder and his arm are all calcificated and they don't move. Anyway, he went back to the dera and he told the great master, he said, I broken my arm, I have healed my arm, give me Naam. Great master said, raise your right hand to your ear. Master, I can't do that. It's fixed, it's all so completely stuck by calcification. Sorry, I can't give you Naam then. He said, what kind of guru are you? Every time you put a new condition. Last time you said you break your arm and now you're saying put your hand to your ear. Why do you add new conditions? No, it's not a new condition. Master says, this condition I introduced in the beginning, that go and break your arm and get healed. You haven't got healed. He says, Master, there is no solution to this. It is all calcified. It's become like a whole bone. I can't move my shoulder and arm. He says, when your horses break their leg, what do you do? He says, well, when I take care of the horses, we use nitric acid and linseed acid and this oil. It's such a strong mixture. It's so painful. But when we apply it to the horses, they beat the foot so much with their pain that they make a hole in the ground. He says, why don't you try that? He says, Master, what do you mean? I will die. if I do that. No, you won't die. I'll tell you a formula. What ratio do you use of the acids? It's 4 times of this and 1 time of this. Make it 16 times. Dilute it and try it. He said, Master, this is very hard, but I'll try. He goes back and he tries the treatment. It is painful. He told me it was very painful, but bearable. And he was able to dissolve the calcification. He was able to move. He went back and got initiated. A man who went through initiation like this really respected that initiation. He realized he had got something very valuable, and therefore he made good progress. And this man later on said, this Guru is perfect. He got full satisfaction. Though he had met many Gurus earlier, this Guru gave him full satisfaction. And he heard that if a person can look at the face of a perfect living master, have a darshan of a perfect living master, he will get initiated one day, if not in this life, in the next life. To have darshan of a perfect master is so useful. He said to his friends, all best thing I can do for you is to take you to the master. You may not follow him. Look at him. If he looks at you, gives you a drishti, you are certain to get initiated now automatically without your asking and trying. He would take, then he asked his father, Dad, I want you to go to the Dera and see my master. He says, you are a fool and a madman to follow a man as a guru when we have Guru Granth Sahib, we have our holy book. I can't believe there can be a man as a guru. He said, Master, forget, he is not a guru, just go and see a good man. I have no time for good men. I am not going. I know you are playing a trick on me to take me there, and I will not go. You can try as hard as you like. So he came to the great master. He said, I want to bring my dad to get Naam from you. He said, Ishwar Singh, bring your dad to me, that is your job. I will give him Naam, is my job. He says, wonderful, all I have to do is to bring him. So one day, the great master was going to travel by train from the station. Byas station is little depressed from the top. You have to go down the steps and there's a platform. So he began to find out some trick to take his father to see the great master. He said, Master, you are going to be on the station for at least 10-15 minutes before the train comes. I am going to bring my Bapu, my dad, to the station. I'll tell him I am going to go to the station master for some work, and then I will come to you and you come and give him darshan. That's all I want. Great master said, yes, I'll do that. So he told his dad, come, I have some work in the station. You want to come along with me? He said, okay. So they both got on their horses and they came to the station. He said, Bapu, Dad, catch hold of my horse. I'll go to the station master, I have little work, and I'll come back. Dad said, okay. He held the reins of the second horse and he ran down. He said, Master, my dad is up there. Come and give him darshan. Yes, yes. And they both ran. Sometimes I say, can you imagine? We're talking of a guru who's already got a white beard at that age and running with another doctor like that. It's almost like a childish thing going on. But gurus are childlike, I can tell you that. They can play a game at your level. So they both ran up the steps and they saw that the Bapu had left the horse and gone away. He suspected there was something going on and he was not there. So great master said, I am sorry, Ishwar Singh, your dad missed this opportunity, so I can't help it. The deal is, you bring your dad to me and I'll give him now. He said, Master, my dad is not like that. It's very difficult to persuade him. It's almost impossible. It will be a big miracle if you can somehow persuade him. Anyway, when nothing worked, Ishwar Singh said, after all, it's a promise. Great master says, you bring him there is your job, and giving Naam is master's job. I should just take my Bapu there. So when the Bapu Doyle was sleeping one morning, early morning, he brought a rope and he tied his dad on that little charpai. He said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" "Dad, I am taking you to my Guru." "How can you force me like this?" He said, "I have already arranged a tonga, a horse cart I have arranged already standing outside, and it is going to take you straight there." He said, "You can't force me to go there." He said, "No, I have got a deal. The deal is I have to take you to that master. It's his job to do what he wants to do. You can't force me. You are mad. You got crazy. You lost your brains." He said, "You can say what you like. You are going there." He was a strong man. He carried the whole charpai along with the dad, with a rope on, took it out, put it on the cart, said to the tonga, "Rush to the dera." Dad screamed, "My son has got mad." And all the neighbors came out. They said, "Ishwar Singh, what's happening?" He says, "My dad has gone crazy. I'm taking him to the hospital." He said, "I am not mad. My son is mad." They said, "Take him quickly." And the tonga is now driving. The man screaming on it. And his arms are being bruised with the rope. His legs are getting bruised. And that stretch of 15 miles, tonga is running fast. He said, "Take it fast, take it fast." And their great master sitting outside on a chair, and this strange scene is taking place. A man screaming on a tonga on a horse cart and tied up like this and screaming, and he's sitting on a horse next to it, and they both arrived there. Great master was surprised. He just got up. And Ishwar Singh says, "Master, I brought my Bapu." He said, "Is that the way to bring it? How can you treat your father like that? How can you tie him up like that?" The father said, "That's what I have been telling him. That he's mad, he's gone mad." He said, "Ishwar Singh, you have gone mad to bring your dad like this. Take the ropes off." He called two sevadars. "Take his ropes off. Take the Sardarji inside and apply some balm. Look at the way this man has treated his father." Tie him up with ropes. Okay, take him and put the balm on his hands. And they took it out. Ishwar Singh was saying, "How could this master initiate my father? It may take years to do it." So master came out like this. "You go away now. Come after 3 days." Ishwar Singh said, "What will happen in 3 days? I know my Bapu, I know my dad. Nothing will happen in 3 days." So anyway, he went because the master said, "You go." After 3 days he comes and he sees a strange scene. Great master still sitting on that chair and his Bapu standing like this in front of him. And somehow when he comes near, gets off from his horse, the horse happens to dirty the place. And his father takes off his shirt and cleans the place. He says, "You are a mad man. Guru sitting in front of you, you are making this place dirty? You are really mad." He said, "Is that you, Dad?" I can't believe what happened. He said, "You never told me who he is. He is a real perfect Satguru. And I am so lucky." I said, "What do you mean?" "I got Naam this morning from him." Masters can do so many things. We underestimate them. We take them like ordinary human beings because they act like ordinary human beings. Why do these masters with so much power, so much influence, they can do anything, why do they act so ordinary? Why do they behave like simple ordinary people? The reason is that their role is not to teach, their role is to be friends. Ishwar Singh, the same man, before he died, he told me, "We did not recognize our master. He is not a guru first. He is a yar first and a guru next. He is a friend first and a master next." We never understood this thing, that friendship is so important a part, that this is a true friend we get, a true friend for life forever. Not for this life, for all lives, forever. Till he takes us to our true home, to Sachkhand, he remains our companion and friend. Not a small thing. This is much bigger. But to do that, he comes to our level. He becomes just like us. He becomes as ordinary as we are. Why? Because if he were not like us, we can't be friends. What can we do? We'll worship him. Supposing right now a guru comes into this hall, just a supposition, a guru comes flying like this up in the air to show he is guru, he is miraculous, he can fly in front of us. What will be our reaction sitting here? Some of us will say there may be some string, some rope somewhere. First we'll try to see how he's performing this trick. Some ladies might even faint to see a man flying without strings. Some will worship. Maybe this is a superhuman thing. Some will admire. Nobody will love him. Nobody will be friend to him. If he happens to fall down by mistake, 5 of us will get up. Are you hurt? Are you all right? First chance that he can be your friend. Imagine, to worship a person is different from being a friend. These perfect living masters don't come to be worshipped. We have been worshipping so many deities all our lives, so many lives. They come to be our friends, and as friendship, as companions, they take us back home. It's a very different role they have. And that is why they come in the same ordinary way. Wherever they have come, throughout the world, they have come in the same form, at the same level as the seekers whom they took back home. At the same station in life. They did not pretend to be somebody any way superior to the others. In fact, they were more ordinary than ordinary people. The people who masters like Kabir came as a weaver. They were rich people, princely people, kings who were following Kabir. And he remained a weaver. They said, come to our palace and stay there. No, my job is to weave. And I'm a weaver. Ravidas was a cobbler. He remained a cobbler. King Pipa was next door to him. His little small hut was next to it. He was repairing shoes all the time. And yet, King Pipa said, please come to the palace. He said, no, my job is to mend shoes, to make shoes with the leather. One day, King Pipa said, this man must be so humble that in spite of my offer, I am willing to give him everything in the palace. Why does he sit in the hall? He must have something special. Somebody said, don't underestimate this cobbler. He is not an ordinary mochi. He is somebody very special. Go and get some diksha from him. Go and get something special. So the king said, King Pipa said, okay, I'll go early morning. People might feel why I'm going to a mochi to get diksha. But I'll go early morning when nobody can see me. And I'll ask the cobbler for some grace. So he got up early morning at 3 o'clock and went to the cobbler's hut. Cobbler was making shoes. And cobbler said, Ravidas said, what brings you here, Majesty? He says, I have not come as a king. I have come as a beggar. I beg you to give me your diksha. He said, yes, certainly. And he was putting some leather to soak in the water, and the dirty water, the mystic took in his hand like this, said, drink it, Charanamrit. He said, this dirty water, it doesn't look like Charanamrit to me. So when he wouldn't say no, so he did like this and never drank it, allowed it to go in his shirt sleeve and ran. Thank you, thank you, ran. He said, what kind of terrible experience I had. I thought he's going to give me some grace. He's given me some dirty water to drink. And he went and saw the stain on his shirt caused by the dirty water. He said, this is terrible. Tomorrow everybody is going to ask me, how did you get the stain on your shirt? He took the shirt off. He called his confidential assistant. Please call the washerman right now in the middle of the night. Tell him, take my shirt, clean it up, dry it, and bring it in the morning. So the man took the shirt to the washerman, and washerman was woken up. He said, the king wants this shirt back cleaned. Washerman said, okay. When he tried to clean it, there was a stain there. His young daughter got up and said, what is it wrong, Dad? Is there something wrong? You are getting up in the morning. I have to clean this shirt. I can help you. the little girl said. So when she saw the stain, she saw maybe by chewing on it, the stain might go away. Sometimes they do that. So she began to chew on that stain to make it clean and get the shirt cleaned up. And she began to get enlightened. She began to talk of higher regions. The little girl had got enlightened, and father was surprised. What happened? He said, I don't know. I can see everything very clearly. They said, this must be something in the shirt, that this young girl without anything has got enlightened and got all this knowledge. From where is it coming? She began to give discourses. After some days, the king also heard that the washerman's daughter is giving discourses and got enlightened at a very early age. He said, I want to go and see this. It's a young mystic, young saint has come up in our compound. So he went himself to the washerman's hut, and he said, I want to see your daughter who's got enlightened, gives all this good discourses now. And the daughter came out and stood up to bow before the king. King said, no. Don't bow before me. I have not come as king. I have come to pay my respects to you because you are enlightened and I want this enlightenment. She said, I am not bowing to you as a king. I am bowing to you because all I got was from you. He said, I gave you nothing. No, you sent the shirt. Everything was in that shirt, in that little sleeve. Oh, I had never realized. He really meant Sharanamrit. He really meant this was holy water. So he said, thank you for reminding me this. And he ran to Ravidas, the cobbler. I made a big mistake. I never put any drop of that in my mouth. I allowed it to go into my sleeve. Little girl there in my compound has been able to get enlightened just by have that. Please give me some more of it now. He said, sorry. King, these are very rare moments. When a master feels a king doesn't care that he's a king and he comes for begging for something, a master draw extraordinary grace and give them something so special which otherwise you don't get. You missed the opportunity. That girl got it. Now I will give you an initiation which you will get the same result the girl got in about 20 years from now. But do meditation regularly. Amazing story how these masters can do what they like at what time they like, and it is all based because they are working like human beings. The human compassion comes out just like a human compassion, but in a very divine way, and it affects the people. So never underestimate. They become friends of such a kind that you feel that you can trust them more than anybody else. They become friends who you know are unconditional in their love. They don't judge you, ever. There are some very simple criterion which you can see in every perfect master. One, they never say they are a master. No perfect master has ever claimed that he is master. Guru Nanak, the beginning of best guru, the best first guru of the Sikhs, doesn't anywhere say he's a guru or a master. He says, Dasan ka das. He is the servant of the servants. He calls himself like that. All others have said, we are only doing the seva of the Sangat. Nobody has ever claimed. The first sign, if somebody says, I am a guru, be sure he's not. Certainly not a perfect living master. He could be a good teacher, but not a Sant Satguru or a perfect living master who gives these kinds of things we are talking about, who can take us back home. Secondly, they don't perform miracles to show they are extraordinary. They live like ordinary people completely, so that they can be friends like friends in the world that we have. Thirdly, they don't say, this is my group. I am going to work for this group. Their message is for the whole of the world. They never say, this kind of people can come to me, the others can't come to me. If they make a distinction, they are not perfect living masters. Thirdly, they never charge for what the seva they do. They consider it seva to their masters, seva to the Lord. They never say, I'll give you naam for $400 or 500 rupees. They never charge for any service. If any seva is given to them, they never use it for their own purpose. They can use it for service again. They are sevadars of their own disciples. And therefore, you will find they never accept money for themselves. If they take the money, always for the sake of the people and for logistic reasons, that how to take expenses of running a show or something, just for simple these things, not for themselves. They do their own kamai, their own earnings from whatever they are doing, whether a weaver or they are an employee of some company or they are an ordinary farmer, whatever they are earning. What they spend on themselves and their families is earned by them like anybody else. And they will not use any of the donations that are coming to them for themselves. There are simple things that you can find in every perfect living master. If you find that even these simple things are not there, then naturally, then you can be sure that there is not the perfect. There may be some gurus of some level, but not perfect living masters. Question arises, if we can't even know who is a perfect master, they are too ordinary for us, how can we find one? If somebody says, I want to find a perfect guru, how can you find one? The answer is, you cannot find one. No way. Nobody can find a guru. Period. Because they are too ordinary. There is no way. Even the criterion I am telling you, 20 imposters can also follow this. They can also pretend to have these. They may not really have. The masters never get angry. These people can hold back their anger for a while to be like masters. How can you know who is the master? You can't find one. Then what can you do? If you cannot find one, you can be found by one. A master can find you. You cannot find. How will a master know that you have to be found? From seeking inside yourself. If a master does not know that a seeker, a disciple of his, is seeking for him inside and does not appear before him in some way, through some coincidence, some method, he is not a perfect living master. Master should know his disciple more than the disciple knows. Therefore, when you are seeking in your heart and praying, I want a perfect master. I want to go back to my true home. Not by speech, don't have to shout anywhere, in your own heart and your own mind, you are seeking like this. Be sure a perfect living master will run into your life. And you may take time to recognize, you may take time to follow, but the master will come in response to your seeking inside. It's not necessary to search for it, because searching will cause confusion. You look one place, you look another place, wait. Just wait for one and one will come. I have spent my life in this process of looking at people searching. Met seekers, satsangis, initiates, masters, so many. And I have seen this principle operating all the time. Wherever there has been a serious seeker to go back to his home, a master has appeared. And they have not found the master. Master comes from somewhere where they didn't expect. Master appeared through strange coincidences. The master appeared, somebody from out of the blue comes and tells you. Somebody gives you an address, you go there and find somebody else. Strange chance happenings have come where they found perfect masters. They were searching all their life and they couldn't go and find anybody, and the master comes and finds them. So that is why they say, when the chela is ready, the guru appears. They don't say when a chela is ready, guru will be found. When the chela is ready, guru appears. That's true. It's literally true. That when you are ready, when your seeking is ready, guru will appear in your life. When are you ready? That's another question. When are you ready? You are ready when you say, I have had enough of this. I have a feeling this is not my place. I have a feeling there is more than what I am seeing here. And I want to move beyond this. I want to go home. I want to go what looks like truth to me. And it's a search for truth. And I don't think this is a very true thing. Looks like people are hypocrites. Looks like people are saying one thing, doing another thing. Looks like this world is very strange. I don't seem to fit into this. When you have those feelings, you are ready. So, if you say you are having good time in this world, no master will appear. One man met me in a town in USA. He said, I am watching your YouTube lectures and you are telling, oh, follow a master, do this, do this. I am very happy. I have a lot of money, good house. I am having good time. I am enjoying myself. Why should I follow? You don't have to follow. My YouTubes are not meant for you. My talks are not meant for you. You are the kind of guy who doesn't need any of this. Go home, go and enjoy. You don't need it. After 1 week, he comes back again. I said, what happened now? He says, I must tell you, I am a most distressed man. I am suffering. I said, you said you have got everything. I have money, I have a house, I have riches, I have a job, I have business, I have everything, but I have no happiness. I said, what is making you unhappy? He said, do you know these bad relationships? Bad relationship with people, they dump me. My friends don't like me. You think I can be happy? I have had so many disappointments. I am under depression. With all the things around me, I take Prozac, an antidepressant drug. How can you say I am happy? He said, last week you were happy. Now you are unhappy. He says, last week I was shy to tell you the truth. I was only testing you. What you will say, that if I say I have everything, will you say, no, you still need to come? And you said, no, go home. I felt very encouraged. At least the man is honest. That if I am happy and I am glad in this world, he says, go and enjoy yourself. This spiritual path is not for you. Then I realized that I must tell you my real feelings in my heart. What is the truth? You go around the world and you will find there is so much unhappiness. People have loneliness, unhappiness, depression, broken promises, disappointment with people. I did this for so and so, what did they do to me? So much jealousies. These emotional problems override all the physical things they have. The richest people that I have come across are the poorest in their state of happiness. Richest, big celebrities, film celebrities in Hollywood. I've seen how unhappy they are, and on the screen they look very happy. And we, looking from a distance, say, wow, they're very lucky. You go and stay in their house for 2 days, you find out what their life is like. There is so much unhappiness. And we are all actually seekers. Our soul is always longing for some truth. But our mind keeps us busy and doesn't allow this soul's longing to be expressed. When your soul's longing overtakes the mind's attempts to become happy here, then you are ready. When you are ready in that state, I am done with it. When your mind and soul can say that, a guru will appear in your life automatically. So therefore, never worry about this. What if you happen to land on a guru who is not a perfect living guru? It may happen. You don't know if he's perfect or not, and you land up on a guru who is not perfect. Looks perfect because he teaches the same thing like perfect gurus. He says the same thing, looks like the same, in fact, looks a little better as a guru than the others. Then what should you do? Should you try and find out, is he perfect or not? There's no way to find out. If you can tell me, this man is a perfect guru, I'll accept you as a perfect guru. That means you have such a capacity to judge a person. If he's a perfect guru, then you must be a perfect guru yourself. Therefore, in our state, we can't say who is a perfect guru, and therefore the guru reveals himself. If you find that you have a guru who takes you only part of the way and leaves you dissatisfied, it is obvious that was not a perfect guru for you. Because you didn't get the satisfaction, you didn't feel you have reached home, you didn't feel that you reached the destination, but it took you part of the way. Good enough. If the guru takes you part of the way and does not take you any further, He has reached his limit. No guru can take you beyond where the guru has gone. He can't take you beyond. Therefore, he will take you as far as he has gone and say, this is the end. If you are still dissatisfied and say, this is not what I wanted, a perfect living guru will come into your life just because of the dissatisfaction. It's a natural law. It's a law that we were promised with when the creation started. It's not being made up now. It's been there all the time. Therefore, never worry if the guru is perfect or not. Go along with the instructions of the guru and go as far as you can. When you can go no further and are still dissatisfied, seek inside your heart, I want more. I want more, and you will get more. There was an engineer, a disciple of great master. His name was Lokchan. I want to tell you his story because it's a typical story of many people. He was working as an engineer in Burma, Rangoon and Memyon, those places, as a road engineer. He was a very stingy man, kanjoos. You know what is kanjoos? Kanjoos means he would take out 1 rupee from his pocket and look at it. Spend or not spend. Spend or not spend. Not spend. That is how he saved 30,000 rupees with a small salary of an engineer. But 30,000 rupees he saved, and yet his desire to find a perfect guru was so strong. He said, I have to find a guru. So somebody told him that in Madras in India, there is a Swami who is very enlightened, and he can give you enlightenment and you will feel happy. So he left his job, left everything in Burma, came to India, went to Madras and met that Swami and said, Swamiji, I want pure enlightenment, happiness, shanti, peace. I want all the good things that one can get by being in my true home, and I'm fed up of this world. And Swamiji said, certainly, I can give you, but you have to pay a price. He said, I can give any price. He said, have you heard of the story of King Janak and Ashtabakar? Ashtabakar asked King Janak to give 3 things. Give your wealth, give your body, give your mind, I will give you true knowledge. I follow the same system. I am a follower of Ashtabakar. So therefore, if you want true knowledge, give me your body, give me your wealth, and give me your mind. I will give you true knowledge. He said, I agree. He said, how much money do you have? Let's start with wealth first. He said, I have accumulated 30,000 rupees over all this stretch of time. Slowly I saved. He said, then first transfer those 30,000 rupees into my account. I have to build a temple, and I'll start with your money. It's a good beginning. And then we'll go to the next step. Look at this man who could not spend 1 rupee, transfer the 30,000 rupees into the account of the Swamiji. So keen was his desire to get true knowledge. Swamiji started building the temple. He said, now give me your body. He says, how do you want my body? He says, for the sake of the meditation I will teach you. The body has to undergo a little operation. I will teach you pranayama, breathing exercise, so that you will breathe once with one nostril, alternate with the second nostril. 1, 2, 1, 2, like that alternately. But you will not use your fingers or your hand, because if you use your fingers, the attention will go out to the fingers, and we want to draw the attention inside. Therefore, the alternate has to be done from inside. The only way to do it is through the tongue. The tongue can move backwards, and the tongue can, from inside, say one tongue this side, then you put the tongue this side. So you breathe alternately from the 2 nostrils. And this requires that the tongue should be able to move backwards. The tongue is tied with the tendons in front. He said they have to be cut. Then the Swami opened his own mouth, and tongue came out like a snake's tongue, just so loose and big. He says, I got this operation done, and now I can twist my tongue back and perform my pranayama. You have to do this. He said, will it cost a lot? No, I will do it. I will do it. Will you cut the tendons? No, 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 I will use sandpaper, because you have to make a sacrifice of the body. I may not even use a sandpaper. I may use bichubuti, that nettle rash, which hurts a lot more, but it will take 1 month to do it. Imagine this man, the Lokchand engineer, underwent that torture for 1 month, screaming every day. Then the operation was going on. After 1 month, the tongue got loose. Then he taught him how to do meditation, pranayam, and he learnt all that. And then he said, now give me your mind, and taught him how to use the tongue, the breathing, and some mantra. So he had some experiences. He saw flashes of light, he saw colors, he saw some images and all that. He was never satisfied. He said, I don't think this is enlightenment. I get little experiences. Swamiji, this is not enlightenment. And Swamiji said, this is all I can give. Anything more you want, you have to go somewhere else. It's not mine. I can't do more than this. So he then roamed around. After many years, he came to Great Master and got Naam from there and made rapid progress because he was so strong a seeker. The engineer Sahib was well known in the Dera as making good progress. Everywhere he was humble, saying, Deen Dayal, Deen Dayal. We would talk like that. And one day, he was sitting with the Great Master. In the evening, sometimes some of us would sit there. We were sitting around him. And he said, Maharaji, if I had known that you are going to be my master, I would not have given those 30,000 rupees to that Swami there. And Maharaji laughed. Great Master laughed. He said, Lokchand, you don't know. The day you came to me, I transferred those 30,000 to my account. And then he explained, no effort of a disciple ever gets lost. You can be with anybody. You take 3 steps there. When you come to the final stage with the perfect living master, those 3 steps count equally as if you were with that master. So never worry that whether I have a perfect guru or not. That's not important. Important thing is, are you seeking? Are you progressing inside? Are you making progress and feeling more and more satisfied every day? If you are in good shape. And if you find you are stuck somewhere, can't go any further, pray for more. Maybe another guru will come, more advanced, and take you further. It's not your job. Your job is to seek, search inside. It's Guru's job to come. It's a perfect Guru's job to come in response to your seeking and take you. That is their role. That's why they are here in this world, to pick up the marked seekers who are ready for them to take them back home. So that is why these few things I'm telling from my experience, not to worry about these things. Just practice your meditation like we did a little practice here. You do it on a long basis, long-term basis, regularly, every day. I tell you, it is better to do 15 minutes of meditation every day than 3 hours on weekends. To just say, one day I will catch up all the meditation is not the same thing, because meditation builds upon itself. Every day, if you do it slowly, slowly, each day's meditation counts on the next day. So when you leave all this, then you drop off and start all over again. So instead of starting all over again every time, build slowly, slowly. And don't worry if you can't do 2.5 hours, if you can't do 2 hours. If you are meditating and you feel good for 10 minutes, and then you feel tired, aching in the body, don't continue. Because when the body is aching, your attention is in the feet and the legs and your aching arms. What good is that meditation? Stop there and do another time again, another 10 minutes. Next day do 11 minutes, then do 12. Gradually increase it and you'll feel very comfortable. Don't be rigid. Don't make spirituality into a religion. Don't make it into a fad. Don't lose your own common sense why we are doing it. It is being done to go within by putting attention there. If attention is scattered to other things, including your body, you are not going within. It's a useless thing to do if you are just forcing yourself. This Santmat meditation of Surt Shabd Yoga is not a Hatha Yoga. It is not a yoga of obstinacy. I must obstinately do this because I have been asked to do this. And you are getting nothing out of it because your attention is not gathering there. Attention is going into your body and elsewhere. Do it comfortably, relaxed, as much as you can, but regularly. That's more important. So do whatever you can and do it regularly. It will be more beneficial for you. I hope all this experiences of mine on the hurdles that I have gone through and the successes I have, I am sharing with you that they might be helpful for you. I hope this will help you in your own progress, and I can do any service I am ready to do, because this is my seva, not to you, seva to my Guru. I am doing it for seva to my Guru. Any seva he gives me, I like it. When I was young, he gave me seva to pick up a big fan. There was no electricity to fan. Normally, big people were doing it. I said, can I, Maharaji, can I also do this fan? Sure, I asked the sevadar, hand him the fan. Fan was as big as I was. It was a huge, big fan, but I carried it. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed every seva. When he said, okay, you open up a homeopathic clinic in the Dera and serve the people, I enjoyed it. When he said, it's partition time, people are coming from Pakistan and all, stand with a stick outside, I enjoyed that. It didn't matter what seva it was. Seva is seva. There is nothing like seva. Seva becomes equal to meditation if done with the same devotion. It's the love and devotion that you put into meditation, it's the love and devotion that you put into seva that gives the results. So what I'm doing, don't think I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself as my seva to my Guru. That's all I'm doing. I don't claim to be anything. I don't claim. People ask me, are you a Guru? Somebody asked me. I said, do I look like one? Do I behave like one? Don't ask this question. I am only doing the service to my Guru. And the power, if you are getting any help from any word I speak or any action of mine, credit must go where it belongs, to Hazur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh, great master. It's his power alone that's working. So I have to give the credit properly where it belongs. But I hope whatever I said will be some help to you. It has helped people. I notice they tell me, they email me most of the time nowadays from different parts. It helps. Even YouTube helps, they say. Of course, the credit for YouTube goes to Mark. I don't know where Mark is. He's sitting right there at the back, tall man there. He is responsible for this. In fact, we were talking in Punjabi this at lunch. I said, "Inne poda paya sara." See, because he came to me. He said, I want to put the talks on YouTube. I said, what's the necessity? No, you don't know. There are people who have questions, same question this small group has, and they will get answers. And now from the emails, I feel he was right, that many people write, you answered our question. And when they meet me, they talk to me like they've always known me, because they have been seeing me. And I don't know them because I've never seen them. Then I have to behave like I've seen them, because they are talking so nicely to me. Yes, we saw you with 2 years in this, like they've known me for 2 years, and I'm seeing them first time. So I have to pretend or somehow make a face like I also know you for 2 years. Then we are at equal footing. This is all that man's work, that Mark was sitting there. So if you want to give credit or discredit for this stuff, give it to him. But he's a good friend of mine now, very good friend. We spend a lot of time together, we travel together. So he's been a very nice man. He's a wonderful seeker himself and example for many other people. Very happy to meet all of you. I give you great master's blessings at this time, and you will find them useful. Do we still have some prasad for those who did not get it in Pune? Yes. Is there anybody here who did not get prasad earlier, great master's prasad? Okay, we'll give you that prasad.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sure. Yes, first the question, then the prasad. I must tell you, questions are very important. If you don't ask a question, you can't succeed in meditation. Because questions will haunt you on the side of your head. Because question can create a doubt. And doubt prevents success in meditation. You must ask your questions. You must satisfy your mind before you can satisfy your soul. Therefore, if you have any questions, you must ask. Must get answer to all your questions. Then you'll make better progress. Yes, what is your question? Great Master told me, it's a good thing if a disciple does enough meditation to bring the radiant form, Nuri Sarup of the Master in his meditation before the Master physically dies. If that happens, then you will notice that for that person the Master will never die. When the Master physically dies, you see him more alive than you saw him in his physical body. He is with you and you rely upon that Master who looks more real than what you saw in the physical body. So for you, Master has never died. He will travel with you. You drive a car, he'll sit in the seat next to you. Not only you will see him in meditation, you will see him around you all the time. So for you, that Master has never died. That is why he said, it's a very good thing for a disciple to do enough meditation before a Master passes away physically in his physical body to manifest him in his radiant form inside. If you cannot do that and the Master passes away, then it becomes little more difficult. And then you have to meditate even more. You have to meditate 3 times more to get the radiant form, but you can still get it. Only you have to do more. What happens that when the Master is alive, you have a question, you can go to the Master and ask him. When he's already died, who do you go to? He says, again, if you had the radiant form of the Master inside, he will give you the answers exactly as he would have when he was alive. So you can get all the answers. If you haven't had that, and you're still trying to search for that, and you still have questions to ask, then you can go to any senior satsangi, any senior follower of that Master, or if necessary, another Master, and ask those questions and get the answers. But your Master will be the one who initiated you. One day, after getting satisfaction from a senior, advanced satsangi, who you know, who in Master's time was declared to be an advanced satsangi, he can give you the answers and guide you till you get the radiant form of the Master inside. Otherwise, you can consult anybody who you think is knowing more than you do, and that helps. Okay? All right, now we have the prasad. Those who did not get prasad earlier in Pune, can please come one by one